to do what it takes, you got to think what it takes. Boom. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, everybody. Super excited to see you all this evening. Do me a favor, turn on your cameras, please. Turn on your cameras. It's always a little weird if I'm just presenting to just the name. I get to see you. You get to see me. Let's have a good time together. I see a whole lot of cool friends and family on here. Cody, what's happening? Kevin and Pernilla, what's up? Gary, well, I see Carrie there. I don't see Tom yet, my man. Mr. Hayes, and I see a Mark Lund in the house. Justin, what's going on, everybody? If you have more than one person on the screen, could you, there you go, Vicky and Michelle, led by good example. They put both names there. What's up, guys? I'm sure we're going to have a ton of more people join us tonight. And I want to set a little stage. First, we're going to be together for roughly a little over an hour. So if you'll play full out for over the next hour, can you give me a big old boom in the chat bar? This will let me know that all of you know how to type. I like to make, as I'm presenting, to present with you and communicate with you, not at you. I think a lot of people, when you show up for trainings, they're just talking at you. Well, I want to make this as interactive as possible. We got an incredible team here too. They'll be interacting if you need anything. We got my beautiful wife in the house, Jennifer. Jen, give a big wave. My son, Michael, what's happening? He is here to communicate. Catherine, nice to have you in the house. So if you guys need anything, and Aaron Hoos, what's going on? So you got a whole team here to support you guys as we go through this. So feel free, if you got a private message them, they might be saying hello to you while we're going through this training. Now, this training, when we thought about doing this, just like all of our trainings that we do, we're always, Hank, looking for a situation that's happening and how can we solve it? And the thing that we noticed is everybody seems to know the concept of goals, but very few people reach the level of goals that they see inside their mind. They might get a few goals, but they never seem to get to the desired outcome. If you could relate, type in relate. And I mean, we got a lot of successful people here. But as I present this, I want to give you the framework. I want you to actually remove the word goal from your mind. I want you to think of this, and I'm going to share my screen here. I want you to think of this as supercharge yourself. That's what I want you to think of, about this, as supercharge yourself. And if you guys could see my screen, can you give me a big thumbs up? Boom. Thank you, everybody. I want you to think about supercharging yourself, and not just supercharging yourself one time. I want you to think about supercharging yourself forever. And as I sit here and think about trends and cycles and the world and what's happening, I know a lot of people, they get these big ups and then they get these colossal downs. And if you understand colossal downs, can you write understand in the chat bar? But I want to make sure that we could create these goals, we could supercharge ourselves, and we could actually accomplish it. Now, for some of you that been in my world, can you just type in how long you've been in my world? Is it a day, a month, a year, a decade? My wife's going to win, everybody. She's going to put it in. She's going to win, just so you know, because she's been in my world the longest. But this way, I can see who's on here. Hey, Anthony, nice to see you. Let's see who else here. Hey, Mandy, nice to see you here. 7 years, always been an honor to have you in my world. And then if you're brand new, can you type in, hey, Kim, welcome tonight. Yeah, so it's good to know that we have new people here too. So if you're new, hey, welcome to Food Dog Group. I want you to put on a fresh set of lenses here. Now, let me give you a quick little disclaimer. I think it's important for disclaimers, just so you know. This is not a business training. It's not a business training. I finally figured it out after 3 decades of business that in order to 10x anything, you have to 20x yourself. And if that's a boom, and every time I say something that shifts or is just a reminder for you, can you give me a boom in the chat bar? Because when I look back on time and people say to me, what's the common denominator for you to achieve? And I'm going to share some achievements, not because I need you to pat me on the back or anything. Don't put me on a pedestal. Everybody here knows how to do something better than me. I'm sure of that. But I do want to make it clear that this is not a business training, but I am going to make it a training, an implementation, a transformation for you, a way to connect in a way, not only to yourself, but maybe some new indicators, connect some new dots. I will say there is a massive results disclaimer there, okay? Your massive results are going to be the ability for you to hear something new and then take action on it. Now, answer this for me, Nicholas. Answer. Knowledge is what? DJ, knowledge is what? Type it in, everybody. Type it in for me. I'll wait. I'm patient. Okay, Lee says knowledge is power. All right, I set you guys up a little bit. Knowledge is just information. Applied knowledge is power. So I want to make sure you don't leave here motivated. You might get a little motivation, but I don't want you to be motivated. I want you to have a sense of transformation. Let me share a little bit of some of the results. I don't know if these guys are on here tonight. This is Dwayne and Sherry Willard. I mean, because I think, like, as I'm going through things, how do you know it works, especially if you're new in the world? If you're not new in my world, well, you know the results that I've gotten over the last decade, and I'll share some of those. But, you know, these guys are busy, overwhelmed, challenged with business and life. And if you have any challenges in life, can you type in life in the chat bar? And has life impacted your health at all? Has it impacted your wealth at all? And meanwhile, Sherry's a little stressed in her demanding job as a hospital executive, a CEO. And then these guys enter the food dog world. They've been in my world before, but they enter the personal development, the transformation world. What we do today, pretty much creating superhumans, creating people that want to have a new sense of freedom. And if you want freedom, give me a hand up. Freedom, hand up. It's okay. Now, I always know when I get someone that goes like this, and I can relate. It's like, freedom, you give me a half a hand because you don't even know how it's possible, right? When I'm an electrician and I'm driving in a truck and climbing in attics and crawl spaces, if anybody can relate to that type of work, type in relate. You don't even know if it's possible. But here's a little bit of the results, right? So my man Dwayne, if he comes on, he's releasing weight. He's becoming healthier, stronger. He's reversed his health. He's reversed his age. I think it's close to like 8 years. He's reversing the clock of time. Most of the world I see out there today, well, they don't look like they're getting younger. They look like they're getting older. And they grow their personal wealth by over $1 million outside of business by thinking different. And now they're investing in their family, their community to grow, and they're bringing this whole world to their world. Because look, if you're not growing, you're what? Answer for me in the chat bar. Hey, Chuck, nice to see you. If you're not growing, you're what? Come on. If you're not growing yourself, you're what? Dying? Well, I got a different thing, Vicky. If you're not growing, you're already dead. You just haven't realized it yet. You're dead in part of your mind. You're dead in part of your beliefs. You might be dead in your emotions. Now, also, these guys, I mean, they've been in our world, in the food dog world, for about 3 years now. So I'm pretty proud of them. Let me give you my big promise for tonight. I got to keep things moving. If you're new, you're going to know that I'm New Jersey fast. Where are you from? Type in where you're from in the chat bar. So I'm New Jersey quick, which means later you could get the replay, play it on slow, but otherwise I'm going to throw it at you. And if you're okay with like speed, can you type in speed in the chat bar? Because we're going to move quick. My big promise is you will connect with us and with other growth-minded people on a journey to elevate every area of your life. I was thinking, You know what, Aaron? I was thinking this today. I was thinking all these people, and look, I have two things that will happen, maybe three by the end of this this training tonight. One, some of you are probably going to love me a little bit. If you do, type in love, I'll take it. Some of you are going to dislike me because I'm going to twist you up a little bit, your belief system. You're going to be like, oh yeah, well, I don't think that way. And that's okay. And some of you will probably just laugh at my ridiculous jokes, and that's okay too. But I was thinking today, I was thinking about all these people that are always smoking these cigars, Aaron. They're always this big cigar. And you know, I don't know if anybody says smoking a cigar is healthy, but when you have small children, you're actually not smoking a cigar. You're planting a seed of a habit and a behavior for your children to take on when they're older. Now, tell me in the chat bar if there's a consequence to that. You don't think there's a consequence because you're just smoking your cigar like you're a big affluent person or somebody, but you're really planting a seed in a child who says, someday that's okay for me to do that. Well, here in this world, you're going to have a lot of growth-minded people. You're going to discover 3 powerful, actionable strategies that you can immediately implement for greater personal achievement and success. And if you want greater success, type in success in the chat bar. Okay, type in success. You want to make sure you got a notepad. You're going to take some notes here. And you'll transform how you create and execute your goals, as well as the results you get from those goals. You'll discover how to turn your goals into greater personal freedom. Because once we get freedom, what do you want to do after freedom? You want mastery. Type in mastery in the chat bar. Can you get mastery without reaching freedom first? No, because you have to have freedom in your mind to have mastery in yourself. And you might want to write that down, everybody. You need freedom in your mind to have mastery of yourself. And after that, I know what all of you will want. I know you will. Why? It's built in our DNA as a clock. Now, you don't have to say what level you are. I'm level 52 right now. I don't know why anybody would say 52 years old. I'm level 52. I'm faster, quicker, tougher, smarter than I've ever been. Right around level 40, you start to think about legacy. And if you're thinking about legacy, type in legacy. Like, you know, at the end of your day, you don't want it, when the light goes out, you don't want to think it's over for what you've done. It may be over for your physical body, but you want something to carry forward, impact children, grandchildren, generations. If that's true, give me a little true in the chat bar. A little true in the chat bar. And we'll elevate your goal-setting skill set one step closer to this mastery level to create goals that actually shift the needle for you. And that's what I'm known for, shifting the needle, unlocking people. It's what I've been doing for 3 decades, but I'll share how I unlock some things for myself. And you'll create these powerful legacies so you could change lives of those and those around you. I mean, type in children in the chat bar if it's really important for you to lay a foundation for your children that they can have a more powerful life than you, a more rewarding life than you, a life that serves them, not of today, confusion and stuff we have. And this is why I think it's important right now. And tell me if you feel any of these ways, and you guys are doing amazing. I always get the greatest people in the world to come hang out with me, always interacting in the chat bar, and I appreciate that. If you feel or felt at any time disconnected from your spouse and family, type in the chat bar. Or you're too focused on business and you're missing life. You can't hunt, can't fish, can't golf, can't hang out on the beach, and you're just missing life. It's going by. Write this down, right? Because it came to my mind, everybody. You know, people, I used to tell people what freedom is. Tammy, I used to tell them freedom is to do what you want, where you want, with who you want, without any worries of time and money. If you think that's pretty good, type in pretty good. Type in pretty good. But I summarized it about 3 years ago. You know what I summarized, Mike? This is the deal. It's to live a vacation life so you never have to go on a vacation again. Give me a boom in the chat bar. Live a vacation life So you never have to go. Now, I don't call it work because I love what I do every day. And I do it a lot. And I do it 7 days a week. By most standards, I outperform probably most humans on planet Earth today, but it's not work because it's a vacation style life. You also might be a little discouraged and a little frustrated. If you have a little frustration, type in frustration in the chat bar. And you feel like time might be slipping by and you're not getting everything you want in life. You know there's more. And like you have to give up, like you feel like you have to give up on your dreams. You're like, I'm level 40, 50, and is this all there is? I'm just a guy, I'm just a worker, I'm just a woman, I'm just a mom. Do I have to give up? And if you agree that this is urgent to solve this today, can you type in urgent in the chat bar? Because that's why I'm here. I'm here because I feel it's urgent for you to deliver to yourself and family. Now, I already shared this. In order to 10x anything, you have to 20x yourself. People don't tell you that. And in order to 10x anything, I got to tell you, it happens in your life before it happens in your business. Don't trust me yet. Let's look at some things, then trust it. One, I can relate to all of you. I can. Lee, all of you, I can relate. I understand because my life, my business was hectic. My beautiful wife and I are together since we're 15. I get it. This is me. This is me. This is me. This is me. A lot of my life was just struggling, fake, and not getting to where I wanted to go. I felt like I was stepping in quicksand every morning getting up. Do you ever feel that way? You're never walking uphill. You feel like you're sinking down. And I promise some of you probably got tougher stories than me, but man, being on my own since 15, I could relate to some tough stories. I worked a lot and I never quit. That's why you're here, so we could get to these goals. And we learned along the way. Now, my kids aren't this age no more. My son's on here. You could see him. He's not that 10-year-old kid anymore. But we created this family dynamic. We created and figured out things that would work. Okay, your goals you achieve, you're going to write this down. Your goals you achieve today will be the lessons for your children tomorrow. Your goals you achieve today will be the lessons for your children tomorrow. So I will tell you, think wisely and act swiftly. Because you're not just letting your family down, you're letting generations down. Now, my wife and I have figured out a lot over 37 years. We're a pretty amazing team. Never think we don't bicker and have our own world of arguments. We have that, and we grow by every one of them. And, well, you can see the pictures, similar position, slightly different hairdos. My wife's not too different, but mine, I decided to color it with a little bit. They call that, just so you guys know, everybody, Kim, they call that mature gray. That's the dye I use in there. It's a sense of, it's called wisdom gray I put in there. And so what I'm going to talk to you about tonight has helped me do this. And I'm not saying it to brag. I got to make a framework because some of you that are new, you don't know what's possible for you. You don't know what's possible. But for me, people say, did you ever know you'd build a $32 million company with 200 employees, 165 trucks, double-digit profit, and exit that thing in 2017 for a sign your name and walk away deal? I said, exactly, I knew it. How did you think I built it? It was a target. It was a goal. It was a destination. Same thing you could do. And then they said, did you know that you would build one of the largest training and implementation organizations on the planet for the blue collar space, which was called CEO Warrior? Exactly, I knew how to build it. And as of today, well, as of last week, I've now created people that have been in my world. I've created over 45 decamillionaires. 45. I pretty much changed part of planet Earth's legacy. That's a pretty big deal. Did I know I would do it? Exactly, I knew I would do it because I knew and understood goals. If you're excited, Please get me a little excited in the chat bar. Don't leave me excited all alone here. And I had a goal to have a real estate portfolio, and I built it. Now, my wife and I just sold a house that's one over from here. We sold it in 24 hours, sold it for asking price, created $250,000 in less than 24 months. Yeah, I don't think that makes me a real estate guru, but maybe it does, because I also, because it was a goal, I got $10 million worth of commercial properties, and this one right here is sold. We're waiting for the contract it's signed. We're just waiting, due diligence, do the process, get the money in the bank. And this one's a $4.5 million thing, debt-free. This is debt-free. I'm not bragging to you. I'm setting a stage about how to set goals, how to get it done, and what I'm going to give you today. My passion, you got to remember, I'm here not because we have to, because we want to, My wife and I could be, well, it is a little smoky out here. There was fires over there. But besides that, we could be walking by the beach this evening. And this is also what goal setting. Look, let me share with you how powerful goal setting is. Because I know some of you have it, but you don't have it rich enough. It's not deep enough. It's not strong enough. And you're not commanding and demanding. Can you write down those two words, please? Commanding and demanding. I knew I wanted a relationship for 3 decades. I'm not a quitter. I don't give up. I communicate and I align. I knew I wanted to be in martial arts for 3 decades. I knew I wanted to build business for 3 decades. I've been helping people through mind blocks 3 decades. I knew I wanted to author 18 books. If any of you read any of my books, can you type in books in the chat bar? I knew I wanted to be on stage with the top brains in the world. Why? Goals and supercharging them. Goal is an object, supercharging is a momentum. Write down momentum, everybody. Jason Kirby, what's up, brother? Write down momentum. And when you are in a community, in a world of people that are getting momentum, your momentum expands. Those of you that are in whatever, one of my levels of a world, is that true? Type in true. When you're around others that are getting massive momentum, you get momentum too. Look at the truths in the chat bar. Okay. And I think it's always helpful for a little authority, but look, okay. So Kevin Harrington, original shark of Shark Tank. He said, we cracked the code. Boom. High five, Kevin. Those of you that had a chance to watch Kevin at the Change the Channel event, tell everybody, how was that training? How was that training there? Okay. And also Jay Abraham, but we got to dig in. So let's do a little assessment here. Let's engage on an assessment. You're going to move quick and answer. On a scale of 1 to 10, how satisfied are you with the amount of goals you set each month? 10, incredible, over the top, amazing. 1, shit, it's garbage. Where are you? And there's no judgment here. Look, I'm not impressed if you're a 1. I'm not impressed if you're a 10. I'm only impressed that you're here and you want to actually improve yourself, because you want to improve your life, your children's life. I tell you something, I find this, Hank, amazing. People tell me, I say, what would you do? What would you do for your family? And I have the same response. I'd kill for them. I mean, would any of you not kill to protect your family? Type in you would in the chat bar. Well, I tell you this, if you would kill for them, why don't you start living for them? Why don't you start making new decisions, tough decisions, moving forward? Remove your excuses, because your excuses is the program for your children. Let's do number 2, everybody. On a scale from 1 to 10, how satisfied are you with the amount of goals you achieve each month? How satisfied are you with the achievement of these goals? 10, man, goals are coming left and right. You're selling houses, you're doing things, you're building your life, you're connecting to your wife. And 1, horrible. And it's okay. It's okay, because if you know where you're at, we know we can go somewhere else. It's confusion that keeps you stuck. Thank you for playing full out, everybody. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much more impactful would it be if your goals were bigger and you knew you could achieve them? Tell me. If your goals were bigger and you knew you could achieve them, probably a lot of 10s here. A lot of 10. I'm thinking if you're not achieving and you're not setting goals and getting there, you're just not around an environment that is expanding you, and you have mental blocks, mind programming, and framing that is keeping you restricted. I promise you, if this tattoo guy can do it, who's got tattoos, by the way? Type in tattoos. Type in tattoos. Let's see. Okay, all you tattoo. I'm getting a chest tattoo. Does anybody have chest tattoo? I'm getting 2 big food dogs on my chest, and I keep hearing my wife that it's interrupting our travel right now. But I'm getting 2 chest tattoos. Even if my head gets amputated, I want someone to drag me there to get that chest tattoo. Okay, Hank? You will come here, cauterize my head, put me in a chair, and let them tattoo these food dogs on my chest. All right, let's go to the next one. On a scale 1 to 10, how hungry are you to elevate your life for greater freedom, mastery, and legacy? Tell me. And if you're struggling for an answer, you've already been beating yourself down. You've been beating yourself down. My question for you: is it okay if I curse a little bit, or some of you will freak out? Will you just say prayers for me tonight? Is that cool? Just say prayers in the chat bar. If I curse a little bit, you'll pray for me. Is that fine? I promise you, I'm fine. I just want to make sure you're fine. Okay. So what's been holding you the fuck back? What's been holding you back? You know, sometimes they go, Mike, you're a little intense. Okay, that's cool. I might not be a fit for you. Get someone less intense that doesn't care as much. I'm okay with that. I care about you. Sometimes I think I care more about people than they care about themselves. I want you to win. And I want to know what's holding you back. Type it in. Be real. Be honest. Is it your limitations? Do you think it's your past? Is it your wife, your neighborhood, your community? You think it's your employees holding you back? Oh, they're the ones keeping you from greatness. What is it? Your parents? Generational stuff? I just want to know what the hell it is so I know what to tackle with you. So I could rip the weakness out of you and help you get rid of it so we could finally move forward. Let's dig in here. Feel free to draw the diagram. Number 1, your goals come with a lot of baggage. You might think you're setting a goal because it's something you want, you desire. I hear people all the time. But there's baggage that is influencing your goal setting and goal achieving. It's this internal baggage. There's 3 types of baggage that diminish your ability to set your goals and achieve them. And imagine what life would look like if your goals were created with a limitless mind. Let's look at this. Number 1, past stories. I couldn't believe this. Someone just said it about a month ago. They said, you don't understand. 2008 kicked my ass. I'm like, 2008? Hang on, someone do the math. How many years ago is this, 2008? Can someone tell me in the chat bar here? Don't make me do math tonight. I'm too motivated for math. 15. So 15 years kicked your ass. Your ass is still kicked. 50, over a decade later. You see how this? No, Mike. Someone else told me this a month ago. I was divorced and you don't know what I went through. My God, I said, that's horrible. When were you divorced? 25 years ago. And I'm like, wow, you still paying your wife? No, I've been done paying her a decade. You see, your past has become your current restriction. Write that down. Your past has become your current restriction. If that makes sense, give me a boom in the chat bar. Now, it's okay. You don't have to live with your past. Only if we don't change the programming. If we change the programming and shift the mind, you don't have to live with that no more. Let's look at number 2, limiting beliefs. Oh, Mike, you don't know. Didn't you see the banking that went out? I was like, oh, did you have money in the bank? Oh, no. Well, how did that affect you? I don't even understand what you're telling me. You didn't have money in that bank. What are you doing? You think that's why you're not winning? It's these limiting beliefs. Well, I don't think I had them, guys, gals. I had this at one time too. One got me and my partner, a helper in a truck, grinding it out all day. I was complaining about the big companies. They rip people off. They're too much money. I told everybody in the world of why I was struggling. And then I flipped it. And when I flipped it, I went from a truck to 165 trucks in less than 10 years, from under $1 million to 32 million a year. How? From a culture where people were always quitting to a culture of a waiting list for people to work for me. Now let's look at the last one, your identity. You cannot scale your life with an identity that's not built to scale you. Your identity is who you are, where you are, what you are. It's complete identity. In order to change your life, you got to shift your mind and grow into a new identity. It's a lot of what we did. Who went to change the channel and their identity shifted forever? Type in shifted in the chat bar. When your identity shifts, you kill the old stories and you remove the limiting beliefs. Give me a big boom, everybody, because that's what creates superhuman. That's what gets rid of the excuses. Let's go to number 2. If we could do number 2, let's type in, let's do it. Let's do it. Now, this is part 2, I noticed. I wanted to give you, let me go back here a minute. I wanted to give you the core fundamentals. Key 1, if you don't fix the stories, kill the limiting beliefs, and change your identity, you could tell me all the hopeful dreams you want. It's not a strategy. It's not a technique. It's scientifically proven. It's proven. And even if it wasn't scientifically proven, I got 3 decades of focusing on this, everybody. 3 decades of watching patterns, habits, and behaviors. Let's go to number 2 now. Number 2 is the next thing I see that holds back the world from people getting to their goals. The people in your world, are they supporting your goals or holding you back? Now, look, if they're in the room with you, let's not start fist fighting. This ain't a relationship training here. We got some recording. So if you start the fist fight tonight, well, tell us. We'll send you the relationship recording. Well, let me ask you a question. Is the relationship possibly holding you back? One wants to build an empire, and the other one's like, I don't want it. I don't want it. I'm scared. I'm worried. I'm confused. I'm used to not having a lot. It would be weird if I was debt-free. Now, remember, the things I'm sharing with you, Denise, I'm not sharing these to brag. I'm making a framework. My wife and I have been debt-free since we're 28 years old. 28. I'm level 52. Do the math. Debt-free a long time. The accountants tell me, oh, well, you should have tons of debt. We can leverage it. I got tons of freedom, and I leverage that. How many of you would love to have a lot of stuff and be debt-free, and you don't have to worry if something happens to you? Tell me in the chat bar. Now, if we don't get the people aligned with us, right? Do they move you towards your goals, or is the people around you moving you away from your goals? Are they moving you towards or away? And how can you get more aligned with them? How many of you know, be transparent. We're together. We're family here now. How many of you know there's another level of alignment with your partnership, your relationship, husband, wife, I don't care what it is. How many of you know there's another level to that? Yeah, I agree. And if you don't get to that next level, one of you have momentum and one of you have an anchor. Not because they're trying to do something wrong. They don't know any better. They have their own beliefs. If this number 2 makes sense, give me boom number 2. Give me boom number 2. Now, I want to share something with you guys here. If you allow me a minute. And are you getting massive value? Type in massive value if you're getting massive value. You get value here? Type in value. Some of it might be simple, but simple is only simple if you execute on it. It's only simple if you didn't get results. I'm sharing with you the exact steps that created huge empires, huge portfolios, huge wealth, and that's fun. Listen, that's fun. If you told me, hey, I'll give you all the wealth in the world in this shitty relationship, I'd say, fuck you, kill the wealth. I wouldn't sacrifice anything of my wife and I's relationship. If you told me, give you everything, but you'll have a bad relationship with your kids, fuck, I'll have nothing, live in a cardboard box. But I will tell you, when you have alignment, man, does everything come together. life changes. So there's another reason why you might not be achieving your goals, and it's not your fault. It's really not. The world is trying to control your mind through social media, news, and even your generational stories. And if you think there's a little mind control going on, type in mind control. I got to tell you something. I've had 3 or 4 in the last couple of weeks of people come to me and say, can you give some wisdom and knowledge and help this person? They're not eating. They went to the hospital. They can't speak, and the doctors don't know what the hell it is. There's a trend happening, and it's this mind control. And you want to find out how to escape their grip on your mind and take control of your own thoughts, your own decisions, and your future. I don't care that you say, well, I don't watch the news. Do you pick up your phone? Can't escape it. Do you go to a deli, grocery store? You listen to radio? You watch something on Netflix? You can't escape that, but we can control it. Write that down. I may not be able to escape it, but damn, I can control it. So let me share this. I got more strategies to share with you, but I know some of you restricted on time. I want to get it out of the way. We decided to do something. We have not done this before, okay? And everybody in my world knows I haven't done this before. I said, I got to get people to understand goals. And if they believe and understand that they can do it, I need to do a training on their mind. Now, this is a mini workshop. So I call it Mind Control 1. And it's to discover how people are trying to control what you think and what you can do to change it, shift it, and take control of it. Now, I believe we're the best in the world at doing this today. Why? Our track record shows everything. Our track record shows it. So let me go through this with you real quick, see if it makes sense. Then I'm going to get back into more strategies. If I have permission to do this, can you give me a boom in the chat bar? It'll only take a couple minutes here. And it will be worth it to you. So we built this thing called Mind Control 1. I said to myself, what kind of training would I want that would just be so powerful, so strong, so connecting that it would just shift people? So what we did was we decided to do a total immersion, a 3-hour workshop, virtual. If all of you have 3 hours, can you type in 3 hours? Are you willing to commit? Forget about for you. You willing to give 3 hours so you could be a better dad, a better mom, a better grandparent to your children? I mean, because when I see what happened, there's people on here, I don't know if they're still on there. Their children entered my world 6-7 years ago, and they've been going, they're champions today. They're champions. It's not because we're magical. It's because we care with the information. We're also going to have preparation, strategies and tools before it begins to get you moving forward. If that's exciting, type in a little exciting in the chat bar. You're also, tell me what it's like to be around people who complain versus like-minded people. Tell me what it's like when you're around motivated, connected, driven, driving. And then tell me what it's like when you're around people that every time how's things going? Oh, you know, it's hard to hire people and blah, 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 blah. I said, you know what? You need to be throat chopped a little bit because you're just a human complaining. At what point will you change it? You're either a victim or a victor. Where are you going to stand? And tell me if you can relate. How many people are living in victim mentality? I think I was telling my son the other day. I think it was my son. He'll nod. Or somebody I was telling. If I needed something today, I wouldn't be on here. I'd be out there collecting fucking tin cans if I had to. My wife remembers when we had to make it happen in 3 jobs and I was out there banging Christmas tree stakes in. You know why? Because I believe when you're ready to get it done, you'll get it done. Now, implementation. During this training, we're going to give you stuff to do, just like now. Clear, understand, and stuff to do. And transformation. Answer this for me, Vicky. You want motivation or you want transformation? Motivation, yay, yay. Okay, you wake up tomorrow morning, you're like, F the world. Transformation, you go, yay, you wake up tomorrow morning and you say, let's do this. Let's do this, okay? Now, here's the thing. This training, just so you know, originally we were like, it's got to be a $399 training. I mean, what the heck? It's 3 hours total immersion with info before, I mean, it's got to be worth, if you agree it's worth $399, can you give me a boom in the chat bar? I mean, $399. I mean, I sold 2 high 8-figure companies in the last 5 years, and I have a team of 15 people to serve you guys. It's got to be worth $399. Here's what we decided to do. I'm going to make it a no-brainer. So simple for those that want to attend. Here, $199. 3 hours, $199. And at the end, if you think it sucks dog crap, tell me, I'll give your money back. I'll give it back. No worries. I don't think we give back $1 in a decade of my world, but I'll give it back. If you guys think it's easily worth $199, 3-hour total immersion of mind control, reprogramming past limiting beliefs, shifting your identity, getting people in your world aligned, come on, give me a boom in the chat bar. If you're all in and you want to take advantage of this offer, do me a favor. They'll keep putting the link. Sign up for it tonight. I'll tell you, I don't know if it's going to be tonight or next week. We're going to raise the price and then there's no discount. Why? Because I think people only pay attention at the level they pay. It's $199. Now, here's a cool thing, just so you know. We're going to give you this. Over $499 in bonuses. We'll give you a digital workbook. So you're not going to just hear me. You're going to follow through step by step. You'll get 3 hours of the mindset training, Mind Control 1. You'll get Food Dog Clarity and Confidence. Okay, this is a 3-hour, both of these. Hang on. These are both bonus trainings you're getting here. 3 hours of money mindset, bonus training we're giving you. 3 hours of clarity and confidence training giving you. And the first 25 that sign up tonight, okay, we'll give you the recording for the training, the 3-hour training, you'll get it. So you could bring it to your team, your family, your community, your church, take the recording, play it for 1,000 people. Anybody can change. If this is the fit for you, can you just type in all in, or if you're excited? If you decide not to do it, I love you anyway. I'm going into more strategies now. But I kind of want to urge you to take advantage of $199 in 3 hours from what we did and the results we get and the changes. And this could be the 3-hour training that changes your life forever. And I get it. Everyone's got every effing excuse. You have to work. You're a slave to the wedding. And it's, you know, you don't want to sacrifice 3 hours in the afternoon. I got it. I had every bullshit excuse you had too. The only difference between me and you is I killed every bullshit excuse. I killed it once and for all. I made a decision to build an empire and there was no turning back. Focus, laser focus, discipline, hunger, grind, action. I trained to win. I trained to win. That's what I want to train you to do. Okay. All right. Now, those of you that are on here, just so we don't have to do a million refunds, if you're a member in our world, so if you're a member of Freedom Tribe Mastery or Legacy, type it in. Do not pay the link, please. It's included for you. And then you'll give us a ton of work refunding you guys money and stuff. So please, if you're a member, you're all in. It's included for you guys. It's part of it. Those of you not in my world, I'm giving you the most affordable thing we've ever done to change your life. Okay? You have nothing to lose. You sign up to training, first 25 get the recording, 100% satisfaction. At the end, you think it sucks butt or whatever, you know, we'll give you all your money back. If that's more than fair, can you type in fair? It's 4 p.m. Okay, put the date in the chat bar, everybody. We'll give you the date. It starts at 4, it ends at 7. Get the kiddies taken care of. I don't care if you have kids in there. If you have kids, let me know. I'll make sure I'm not cursing. Otherwise, you educate them about it. And I don't care if you're nursing babies, cooking dinner, have that screen with you. I'd rather you be total focused. But look, the most important thing is for you to consume the information. We're going to change the world, everybody. Food Dog Group is changing the world. Okay, this is what Lenita says, everybody. And then we got a couple strategies to finish up tonight with. Lenita said that, she said, this has given me so much more than I had expected. You simplified the process. You showed us it's much more simple than we think. The insight has been transformative inside my home and inside my company. That's what Lenita said. Can all of you give a big old boom for Lenita, please, in the chat bar? Okay, perfect. All right, strategy number 3. Let's do key number 3. Key number 3. Let's do it. Turn decades into months. We call it, write this down, collapsing time. Collapsing time. Collapsing time. Now, time seems to limit us. And some people believe that they'll only achieve a few big goals in their lives. But it doesn't have to be that way. I mean, I sold 2 big companies in just the last 5 years. Something that many people think could take a lifetime, along with real estate portfolios and a whole bunch of other stuff. Now, when most people think it will take decades to achieve the goal, that's this, right? That's like, no, it doesn't have to be. And they're shocked when some people achieve it in years. In years. I mean, I know people today that have built empires, changed their life, built wealth, and built it in years. But what if you could do it in months? What if you could flip all your belief systems upside down and collapse time? You first have to believe it's true and not have a limiting belief. See, if every motion you did knocked over a domino and you were able to have things accomplished while you sleep in your life, people making it really complicated today because their mind tells them, well, my dad did it this way, so I should do it this way. My dad said money doesn't grow on trees, so I guess I have to do it this way. It's not working harder. It's working way smarter within time. Who knows that there's another level to optimize their time? Type in optimize. Come on, give it to me. Type in optimize. I know there is. You know why? Because I had to learn to collapse time to get in a minute an hour's worth of stuff done. But here's the thing no one shares with you. You must reframe time inside your mind. Okay, I should get like booms with all caps in there. You must reframe time inside your mind. See, time is a construct that made you, the world has programmed you to think in the realms of Monday through Friday. How do I know? Oh man, it's Monday. Oh, it's Hump Wednesday. Thank God it's Friday, the weekend. You know when times of the week, it's this was pretty funny, and it's not a senile thing. I promise you, it's a life thing. My wife and I are on the couch the other day and we go, what day of the week is it? I think Wednesday, Tuesday. I don't know. I got to look. I said, that's when you know you're living a vacation life. You don't even know what day of the week is. And guess what? The only reason it matters is because we got to show up to serve people. Otherwise, it just doesn't matter, right? Because we don't live in that. On Saturday, we might be helping people like this. On Sunday, it doesn't matter. Because when you have ultimate passion and purpose, you have unlimited power. Can you write that down? I mean, when you have passion and you love what you do, and whatever you're not winning at, you better learn to love it now until you get rid of it. Don't hate, remove. Let me say that again. You should write that down, everybody. Don't hate, remove. Okay? Don't hate, remove. Mandy will take care of that for you. Don't hate, remove. Love and relocate. Team, type that in the chat bar. Don't hate, remove. Love and relocate. Because when you're in a state of love, I will tell you, yes, the company I sold, gold medal, 32 million. There were some areas I didn't like, but I loved it to the very end. And I loved the people. Matter of fact, I had one of them, most of the people work in my house today that used to work there. Ray was been in my world for probably 15, 17 years. He worked at my house. Jan, 18 years at my company. He was here the other day doing something. Mike Jackson worked at my company. He's running his own company. And then I found out 3 or 4 more others. And I told the guy, Jan was here the other day, tell all of them. If I could serve them in any way, let me know. You know why? Because I never stopped serving them, even when they left working for me. I'm there to serve and help them. Most people, they're living in that state of hate. If that makes sense, can you give me a little old make sense there? Write this stuff down. I hope you guys are writing this down. I'll tell you what, I don't know if we were given the replay of this, but if you do sign up for the $199, which I think is a no-brainer, I'll tell you what, how about we'll give you the replay? And I'm looking at Aaron because I didn't tell my team I was going to do that. I'm known for throwing shit out of the blue like this, but team, if you're okay with that, can you type in an okay or a heart or something in the chat bar? Those of you that buy the $199, I'll give you the replay. And I know you want the replay of this. Who wants the replay? Type in replay. I mean, come on. Your kids should see it. Now, make sure they're old enough to hear some curse words. Otherwise, maybe bleep that section out. All right, let's do number 4, everybody. Let's do it. Massive, relentless action. Most people don't do enough to achieve their goals. They'd rather dream about a someday. Did you guys ever dream about someday? A goal, then work on it today. Ask yourself, how badly? Tell me in the chat bar, how badly do you want freedom? Type in freedom, like that you could just taste it, where you own your own time, own your own emotions, own your own identity, own a relationship that's connected and thriving, own your bank account and be okay with it. I mean, really owning your, oh man, someone put, how'd you pull that off? That is badass, Lee. I didn't even know that hell you could even put those in there. Everybody now should be putting cool ass gifts in there to entertain me now. That looks like me a little bit, Lee, if I released another 45 pounds, but I'm close to that on the inside, man. I promise you that. Okay, now, while the rest of the world's watching a little Netflix tonight, because they got to finish Game of Thrones, they never finished, and all this, they have all the excuses, and they're fatigued, they fall asleep in the chair. Their kids are trying to hang on them for attention, but they can't stay, men can't stay awake. Women are pissed off because they can't believe the husband didn't take out the garbage because he came in, fell asleep, shoes are fucking halfway in the house. But here's the deal, Food Dog clients are still, they're working evens, weekends, and they're loving it. Their goals, they're achieving. They're driven by the momentum. And of course, they still have an amazing life too. But they know what it takes to achieve success. Many people celebrate and desire successes of hard workers, yet most of them do not want to do what it takes to achieve those same goals. I mean, the amount of effort most people put in their goals is like this. They talk a big game. They talk a big game, but the amount of work to achieve something great, boom, baby, right there. You got to do it. You got to do what it's going to take, but not do it. Ready? Here it comes. Write it down. Team, type it in. You don't just got to do what it takes. You got to think what it takes. Not just do what it takes. You got to think what it takes. Think what it takes. That's what we're talking about here, everybody. All right. Can you handle another one? Type in, let's do it. Can you handle another one here? Let me see. It's going to be coming up. Okay. I'm going to give you a bonus one here after this, but only if you could do it. Only if you could do it. All right. First, let's talk about my man, Jason and Jennifer here. They're a whole different person now. I know the mountain I'm going to climb, and before I was just kind of wandering aimlessly. How many of you are just wandering and you've been waiting for this moment in time to move forward and change the game? Tell me. Give me something in the chat bar here. Here's the mind control training, and I promise I'm going to give you a bonus, a big bonus one before you leave. The mind control one, I hope every one of you will join us here. If you're going to join us, type in a boom in the chat bar. We're going to give you the immersion, 3 hours, preparation, massive connection. You see the people connected in this chat bar? You've probably never been on a training with people participating at this level. Implementation, oh, we're going to give you the tools to get it done. This ain't some foo-foo learn and do nothing. This is learn, implement. We'll put it into massive action. Transformation, permanent change. We'll give you the 499 bonuses with the digital workbook. You'll get the money mindset, the Food Dog clarity and confidence training. You do the 199 tonight, we'll give you the recording of this. I think this alone's got to be worth it for you guys. Got to be worth it for you guys, right? The chat bar says, okay, if you're getting an error message, here's the link that should work. Okay, use that link. And of course, my team, Catherine, will put her information in there. We're going to make sure you get signed up. If there's any errors, we'll honor it tonight, okay? Fast action, first 25 people, you're going to get that. Okay, I'm going to leave it on this page for 1 second. They'll put the link in. If you need help, just type in help. And when we finish, we could bring you in a breakout room or something, help you out, okay? We'll make sure we get you, get it all worked out for you, okay? We want all of you on here. I want you in my world. The weather's breaking. If any of you, I want to see all of you get to such a level of your goals and achievement, we could hang out, just like we hang out with a lot of people that are in our world now. Let me share a short little story with you guys to impact you. Okay. Oh, wow. I can see all of you now. Those of you not on camera, turn on the camera. All right. Hey, Brent, nice to see you. Justin, my man. All right. I hope you're excited for tomorrow, Justin. We're bringing the heat tomorrow. We got some great stuff. Zara's coming to visit. Matt and Deb, what's going on? Heather, nice to see you. Okay. You know, I find out, especially today, everybody, there's some moments that can challenge not only your beliefs, and here's your bonus for you. They can challenge what's possible today. And people get confused on possibility versus probability. You know, possibility is maybe, maybe not. Probability, okay, Mark? Probability says this, that if you do this and think this way, you'll get the results. Is there any, I know, let's see what your answer is, but is there any lack of time? The answer is no. There's no lack of time. Is there any lack of wealth? No. There's only lack of understanding time and understanding wealth. And all of you can get to freedom. Now, I want to give you something to write down. Freedom is a program. Okay, someone on my team type this in, please. Freedom is a program that once it sets, it starts to create itself. Freedom is a program. And once it sets, it starts to execute on itself. It starts to gain momentum. I do believe you have to believe it to achieve it. That's only part one. You must program it to get it. You must program it to get it. I'd like all of you right now to type in for me, if you feel that I delivered value, and I kept this one as close to an hour as I could for you guys, and I hope you felt the momentum. I love an action step. You're going to move forward. Even if the action step, you're going to attend mind control, or you're going to love more, hate less, connect with your wife. Let's change the world together. Let's change the world together. I'm super honored that all of you are here. I look forward to having all of you on the Mind Control 1 training. I'll play one song on your way out. I just can't stress enough to you guys how excited I am for your future, how excited I am for your change, and how excited I am that you're stepping up, not only for yourself, stepping up for your family, and you're stepping up for the generations to come. So love you guys. Boom. Have a great night. We'll be on here a little bit, putting the link. If you have any questions, hit us up.